Have you ever walked in an interview and felt off? Like nothing was technically wrong, but something just didn't sit right. That was me. I've ignored that feeling once or twice in my career because I really needed the job at the time. And 3 months later, I was totally miserable and I was like, why did I do that? Right? So today I want to share the 5 subtle flags that I wish I had spotted sooner during job interview before actually taking the work. But these red flags will tell you the kind of workplace you're actually walking into. Red flag number 1. Oh, we're like a family here. When they say that, yeah, it sounds nice, but in the workplace, where like family is often code for blurred boundaries. Please avoid at all costs. We are not family, we're colleagues, and I show up 9 to 5, right? It usually means unpaid overtime and an expectation that work comes before anything else. Work comes before family or hobbies. That's not it at all. That's not it. A job is a contract. It's not a bloodline. You want a team that respects your times. You don't want a job that expects access to your evenings, your weekends, and your emotional energy. Red flag number 2, the vague role description. You ask a very reasonable question like, what does a typical day look like in this role? And the answer is something like, oh, we all wear many hats. It's very dynamic. Every day is different. That sounds exciting, but it's also vague for a reason. In reality, this often means they're understaffed, they're disorganized, and they're unclear on expectations, right? Maybe not always, but this is from my own experience on the job that I accepted and ignored these red flags. So as a business analyst, you need scope, because that's what we do on projects. And if they can't define your role, they can't measure your success. And that's how people start to get overwhelmed in their roles and start to get blamed for things that you didn't sign up for. Red flag number 3, how they talk about the last person. This one is very, very important, right? You could ask a question in interview, why is this position open? I would ask that question too. And when you ask that question and then there's like a sigh or an eye roll or a comment like, the person just couldn't handle the space. If they talk about the last person like that, they will also talk about you like that. So it's usually a blame culture where problems are personalized instead of fixed. They just have to blame somebody. A healthy team talks about the process issues. A toxic team talks about the people. Red flag number 4, chaotic interview, just a chaos interview. The person is late, the person hasn't read your CV, they're checking their phone, they're clearly distracted, right? And then you could give yourself the excuse of, oh, they're just really busy. An interview is like a first date, so you need to present yourself in your best behavior. So if they're dismissive now during the interview, imagine Tuesday afternoon when a deadline is missed. Disrespect early is rarely accidental. Moving on to red flag 5, avoiding training and support, right? You ask something really important during an interview, such as, how will you support my growth in this role? And the answer is, we like self-starters. That's not ideal. That often means you are on your own. For junior or transitioning BAs especially, sink or swim environments are very dangerous. Growth comes from support. It comes from feedback. It comes from mentorship, right? It doesn't come from expectations that are silent. So that's basically all I have to share for today. If you've ever ignored a red flag because you needed a job, that doesn't mean that you're stupid or anything. It means you're just doing what you had to do in the moment, in the time, right? But over time, the more experience you gain, the more permission you start to give yourself to choose better next time. So if you've ever spotted a red flag in interview before, drop a red flag in the comment section and tell me what it was. I'd love to hear that. And if you're currently in a job that doesn't feel right and you're starting to feel like, maybe I should jump ship, right? I link a video here for you to watch where I talk about when I almost quit business analysis. Always remember, please protect your future self. No matter what career path you choose, protect your future self, ask the right questions, do the right research, and make sure that you feel happy in the role. Okay, I hope that's helped. As always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video. You never know who it might help, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.